Later, especially with AI, it's going to be important to know what the character is colliding against. In this video, we're going to be saving data that shows what objects are colliding against things like the front detector or the ground detector. For now, I'll just use the animation progress. So inside the animation progress script, I'll create another header and call it colliding objects. And we'll have the ground as well as the blocking OBJ, the blocking object. I'll press Ctrl T, go into move forward, and we have the detecting function called isBlocked. And whenever the character runs into a physical object, we want to save that object in the animation progress. So here we have the hit collider. I'll get to the root in the game object, which means we're getting the very top game object at the hierarchy, and we're going to put it into animation progress blocking OBJ. And if nothing is colliding with the front detectors or the back detector, we'll set the blocking OBJ back to null. Also, I'll press Ctrl T and go into idle. Whenever we're idle, we're not trying to move. So for idle, we're having the blocking OBJ null. I'll press Ctrl T, go into the ground detector, and do the same thing. Whenever we have detection for the function is grounded, we want to save the ground object. We're going to look at the contact point C. Get the root and the game object. And same thing here. Ground will be what the character is colliding against. Make sure you save everything. Go back to Unity. And since we're always getting the root of the collider for the ground and the blocking object, for these three platforms, they're really the same thing. I'm going to put them under the same parent. So create an empty object. I'll name it platform ground and put all three under the same parent. And I'll do the same thing with the wall. So this is left wall. This is also the left wall. So I'll move it out of the background parent. And the same thing here. This is the right wall. And these two objects will be part of the right wall. So now we have the left wall, right wall, the ground, and the other platforms. If I play, if I look at the animation progress, here is the ground that the character is colliding with. Okay, for some reason we're getting the general background, which we shouldn't. That is because all these other objects for the ground, they have a collider. I'm gonna get rid of the collider for the background and play again. So now that the ground that we see here is the platform ground, and if I try to move forward and run into the character, we also see the Y bot in the blocking OBJ. And going idle means you're not trying to go forward, so we don't have any blocking objects. Let me also try against the wall. So now we have the left wall as a blocking OBJ. And everything seems to be working fine. I'll also try the platform. I'll also try the wall. Okay. I'm going to go back to the ground detector, and when grounded is false, the ground OBJ should also be null. I'll go back and play. So now when you're in midair, you don't see the ground. You only see the colliding ground when you're actually colliding. And the rest of the gameplay should be the same. We're not going to be using the ground or the blocking OBJ right now, but those things are going to be important later when we're going to be updating the AI for things like figuring out whether the AI or the player is on the same platform. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.